Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Nintendo being a bunch of douchebags again. Now, disclaimer, I do like Nintendo games, like Nintendo systems. We love Nintendo games. I don't like their business practices, and I sure as hell don't like their legal department. We've been covering the Pal World situation, and that's a totally different beast from this. But this is Nintendo again, going after small fish, right? Going after YouTubers now for streaming emulated Nintendo games. Now, if you remember, if you've been on YouTube for a long time, Nintendo pulled a stunt about 10 years ago where if you streamed any of their games and you monetized those streams, you would have to join their MCN and give them 50% of your monthly revenue if you wanted to continue to do that. And then they backed off because it definitely hurt them. And actually, I believe, led to the rise of a lot of indie games like Five Nights at Freddy's. And, people started going out to Steam and finding these really obscure games to play because, you weren't allowed to play the Nintendo games. And then everybody thought they got over it. And here we are again.
Yeah.
So this is some bullshit. We're going to talk about this. Man, Team YouTube even got into this. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Go out to clownfish-clownfish-.com and support the reef, guys. You guys have been fantastic. We've only been up for like 2 or 3 weeks now, and you guys are like amazing. Thank you so much. If you join now, you get 50% off your first month. You get merchandise discounts, really cool stuff. Thank you so much. And I'm not going to keep beating this drum again and again.
Please don't.
But we are trying to build off platform a little bit just in case weird stuff happens on YouTube. And this is a pretty good case study in why you can't really depend on YouTube for all of your online livelihood, because this guy was streaming Nintendo games and they thought his game was emulated, and because of it he apparently got a strike. So this is a Retro Game Core, and he put a note up a couple of days ago on Twitter. He said, "Hi friends, it does appear that my worst fears are true and I am being specifically targeted by Nintendo. My Wii U video was taken down and I received another copyright strike, even though this showcase video was no different than all the tech demos. Yeah, I'm still considering a counterclaim under fair use. The video was for educational use, transformative in nature, had no effect on the market. It was a demonstration of a console no longer for sale."
Right, they're not even using it anymore.
Yeah, and the Wii U, like, look, Nintendo, the Wii U was a massive failure. It's like, it's the Wii U, okay? Like, oh, I get it, though, because they keep going back to the Wii U and they just keep doing remastered versions of the games. But I'm reluctant to open up a can of worms with a multi-billion-dollar corporation, as their next step would be to file legal action against me. Now, this is the same Nintendo that has, shut down emulators. Like, there was no copyright or patented anything, I don't think. It was just like actual emulators are like, no, we're shutting you down because somebody might get this and play our Switch games, and God forbid. At the very least, this means I'm going to have to change how I approach future videos. I will no longer show any Nintendo games on screen, which is a shame because I love using those games for my hardware demonstrations. I don't know how it's going to play out when it comes to showing things like the ESD front-end themes that contain Nintendo characters. Yeah, well, if they go after that, I mean, they were going after like Minecraft mods that had Pokémon and Mario characters in it. I mean,
that doesn't surprise me.
They're insane. Like, their legal department's insane. What is going to happen is you're going to turn players against you, right? Like, people are like, oh yeah, Nintendo, they're still there holding the line and they're not as bad as Sony and whatever. I'm like, yeah, but you do anything they don't like and they're going to freaking sue you.
Plus, they could just change their mind later and come after you for old videos,
Yeah. So Team YouTube actually just answered them a few hours ago. Bummed to hear this. You have a few options to resolve the copyright strike. Wait for it to expire, get a retraction, or submit a counter notification. Just keep in mind that deleting the video won't resolve the strike. So that's interesting that Team YouTube actually.
Yeah, because usually they're like, they don't get involved too much usually.
Yeah. So yeah, he said that this guy, the channel. This is coming from GameSpot. They put the article up yesterday. They said his channel basically reviews devices capable of emulating classic consoles like the NES and the Wii U. So what I'm concerned about is, like, if you play a game on your channel, a Let's Play or something, or you do a walkthrough or something like that, do you have to prove to them that it's on the original hardware? that
For
you
now,
purchase.
but what they decide, like, next month they don't want you having any walkthroughs or anything. And what they go and start striking all these videos. People could just go like from having no copyright strikes to having, dozens because they just decided that day.
Yeah, this is not good at all. It's not good optics for Nintendo, and they're already getting it because of their Pocket Pair lawsuit. But they're right back to where they were 10 years ago. And this is what led to their competition blowing up. People were afraid to stream Nintendo games in any capacity. Because they're like, yeah, Nintendo could just like strike my channel and that's it. Well, if you build a whole gaming channel up and they just, like you said, they get a new lawyer, a new legal team, and they come in and they're like, yeah, hey, that 5 years worth of content you have, all those Zelda walkthroughs, all that Pokemon content, guess what? We're going to strike every video because that's what we do now to send a message, right? Not that they can get any money out of these people, but they tried this shit before. So
they're trying to say that the reason they have trouble with it is because it's the emulator issue. You don't actually have the actual system or the actual games. Is that what the problem is?
Nintendo has gotten very, very weird with emulation. They've always been weird with emulation because they like to go back to the well. They like to release and re-release and re-release all their games on every platform, right? But some games are just not available. So anymore at all, and there's no way to play them other than emulation.
But you're allowed to play them on actual, like if you're not using an emulator, they're not at this point in time coming after you for that. Correct?
At this point in time. However, 10 years ago, if you played any of their games,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, they were like, oh, you got to basically split your money with us.
Yes, I remember that. It wasn't even that many years ago.
Was it? Maybe it was like 8 years ago, but it was ridiculous.
We were doing this stuff when that happened.
Yeah, okay. So
we talked about it.
And then they cooled off for a little bit. Now they're right back to where they were. So it's like, you can't trust them. I mean, that's the thing. Like, again, I like Nintendo games. I love Nintendo games, but I'm sitting here like, we do these, gaming streams. You have the Clownfish gaming channel. I'm like, I don't think I feel comfortable streaming any of Nintendo's games.
No, I was going to say there were some ones I wanted to play, but I'm kind of like, eh.
Yeah, you wanted to play the new Zelda game, and we talked about before you were going to do Luigi's Mansion 2.
I love Luigi's Mansion.
I mean, you can play it, but it's like I don't even know if it's safe to stream that stuff because who's to say that we have that video out there and in like 3 or 4 years they decide they're going to go on a strike spree.
I think in this case, YouTube needs to be clear that if you're going to go start mass flagging a bunch of channels because you decided to change your policy, you need to give people the heads up that you're going to do that or send them something in writing first so they have a chance to take it down themselves. You know what I mean? Instead of you just going around copyright striking them because you changed your policy and they have no way of knowing that.
So this comes right after they shut down another Switch emulator. Is it Ryujinx? Got pulled offline by the creator after they got contacted by Nintendo. Again, you're not distributing their ROMs. You're not distributing their hardware, but just the fact. And the thing is, I don't even know if Nintendo would have a case. I think they're just doing it because they know they can intimidate small YouTubers, small hobbyist developers of these emulators, but they're not actually distributing the games. I think they have more of a case when they're dumping the ROMs online and they're hosting a site. It's got all the ROMs on there, but they've been going after the Internet Archive too. The Internet Archive actually had a bunch of ROM images, going years back, and they've been going after them too. And I think they're freaking out. I think they're kind of like, well, people can just emulate our games, and like 95% of what we're bringing out for the Switch now is just a remastered version of old games. There's no incentive.
Well, maybe make new games.
Maybe make some new freaking games, Nintendo. Maybe you could do that. But it's not a good look. Like, everybody knows that they're litigious, but I mean, they were going after, again, people doing mods on different games that were Pokemon characters and all that. And they're just, whoever their legal team is now, they're batshit. I mean, they really are. And I would tell you, honestly, if you are a gamer, an online streamer, I would not stream any Nintendo games. Why give them the free press, right? Why give them? Because I mean, if they're going to be like this, they obviously don't want people streaming their stuff.
Right, because you don't know when they're just going to change their mind and come after you.
Yeah, they could. This is ridiculous. So there we go, guys. Nintendo being a bunch of douchebags, still like their games, but damn it, you're making it real hard. You're making it real hard for me to support your company. Are we going to wrap this up?
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Join the reef. Go to clownfishminus.com. That's clownfishminus.com. You will get exclusive access to podcasts and videos and comic strips and more, as well as merch discounts. Check it out. If you were a member, you could get this t-shirt, this dismal t-shirt on our website. You'd get a 10% discount on that. You can also join in the community on clownfishminus.com. Thank you so much for the support.